Welcome to the Rufuss and Tloe podcast. I'm your host, Randy, aka Rufus, and joining me once again is my co-host, and I dare say my friend now, Miss Tloe. Hi, Tloe. How are you?
Hi, Randy. I'm good. How are you?
I am very good. Behind the scenes already, we just spent 10 minutes getting so excited for this. We just should have hit record. I don't know why we didn't do it, but
I know we should have earlier, but it's okay.
So here, episode 3, I couldn't decide earlier today in what order I wanted to do the build-up. I mean, the people who've been listening are our friends, and they know what we're going to talk about. But I got some information for you, and you're going to literally lose your mind.
Okay, so you're starting out with the good stuff then.
Yes. I'm going to. Okay. I'm going to start off with the stuff that you don't know, and then we'll tell the story of how. One episode ago, I just gave it a listen because the last thing I want to do is tell the same story over again, and I just wanted to make sure. And we were like, nothing's working, everything's terrible. What are we gonna do? And it's we've done
streams.
Yes. We're so close. So anyway, a little bit of information to you. I have so many apps on my phone that cover analytics because I don't want to give up on this, and it doesn't have to be successful and not like monetarily or people listening, but yeah, dude, of course I want to see who's looking, who's checking out. So, and I did tell you there was a website design, and we have some social media. So here is just a little bit of information that you don't know. Our current podcast plays are at 90 plays. So that means at least 25 people, not including us, including 2 people in Germany and now 3 people in Canada, have listened to this show already.
Really?
Yes. So it exists. People are aware of it, and it's again,
a thing.
Yes, it is. It has 2 reviews on iTunes. I was one of them because podcasts are an interesting thing. They kind of happen organically, and I really thought,
oh my God.
I thought our streams, and I'm including me now because I think I'm catching you in at least setup and I've of course got overlays coming out the ass now. I've tried it like 6 different kinds, so I can't help it. But I thought the streams would carry the podcast, but it's taken on a life of its own. So
yeah, on
Instagram, which there is a Rufus and Tloe Instagram, we currently have 203 followers on Instagram.
God! Wow. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And I hope I didn't hit the audio. I know you. I know you. Oh, Jesus! I can't hear what my headphones are.
Just a smid bit, but you're good. You're good.
Okay. Well, no more smid bits of audio. So, now your personal TikTok obviously is crushing it, but under the Rufus and Tloe, I mean, you see, this is where I might have to hand you some of the social media now that you're feeling yourself and enjoying this. Like, I'm gonna give you I'm giving you all these logins. I want you to run with this. So
okay.
I have there's 360 views and 20 likes of our TikToks and most of them's just Jake doing stuff in the living room and then me saying check out our podcast. So I'm not very original.
Use your kid for advertisement. He's so fucking cute, though. It's fine.
Yes,
it works. It works.
I just have to keep checking with my wife. I'm like, you're okay with this, right? And she's like, yeah, I'm okay with this. So, and last but not least, the number that just absolutely drives me bananas every time I double check it and see that it's an actual thing. Okay. So on Facebook, you have people like something, and then it gets obvious. I'm not too familiar with Facebook. I guess it goes on their page, and other people see it, and then other people see it. There is. Let me make sure I have the correct number. It has. Oh boy! The post has reached 24,000 views.
What?
I'm gonna take an image of this and we'll put it in both your Discord and my Discord. Yep, I thought I had to double check it. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
On
I didn't.
Facebook?
Yes. Since August 12th. I didn't know this.
Oh my God.
I didn't know percentages went this high. But
Yeah.
so in the month before, it did X amount, and then if you do a month-to-month basis, it'll tell you how much growth you've had. We've had 200,000% growth on that.
No way.
So
Wow, Randy, congrats.
thank you very much, and congratulations to you.
Oh my God.
I mean this, and now we'll get to the part where we just compliment each other and then talk about our gameplay. I've never believed in a 50-50. Like, this is truly you and me combined. It's the only reason it exists. The only reason it works is the banter. I pride myself at being able to kind of see how things are going to go, and I'm completely caught off guard. Oh, by the way, someone also bought a tote bag from our store.
No way.
Yes, ma'am.
Was someone we know? Does it show who it was?
I think I could find out who bought it if I pay like $4 a month.
Oh, okay, no, it's fine. I thought that it was just gonna be like if it was one of our viewers or someone out of our little community.
I don't know. I just yesterday or today, I think I finally got the Discord, and I gave a channel devoted to the podcast. And the first thing I saw was, I'm telling you, that's what I wanted to tell you beforehand. And you said save it for the podcast. I'm sitting at work, and I just see Bean and Noah and Fizz, and I just see like, you guys are doing great. This is awesome. I couldn't stop laughing, and I teared up for a second. I'm not joking. This is insane to me that the people we interact with daily are also, Discord's new to me. It's all new to me. The gaming community is new to me. So, thanks to everyone who's, I keep forgetting. It's not even been 2 months for you. So.
No, yeah, I had no idea. I didn't even know what to expect. And all of a sudden, like, I'm talking to these guys every day. Like, we've never met, but we act like we're just, the best of friends, and it's great. But they all messaged me. Said that they had watched it. Noah specifically messaged me and was like, "I'm so proud of you." And I was like, "For what?"
Oh yeah.
He's like, "I just listened to your podcast." I was like, "Oh, no way."
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he was just so happy about it. And I mean, everybody seems to really like it, and I'm glad that they're listening. And I think it's really cool that they like it and they enjoy it, and it's crazy.
And it's no different than what we're doing with the game, because I talked about it at one point, and I said, like, see, and I'll give you a couple more pieces of information. A podcast that I really like is a Never Not Funny, and I've been following them forever, and that's the one that's in my ears. Like, I'm happy-go-lucky most of the time, and I'm appreciative of what I have. But sometimes you're having a bad day, and sometimes you're and to hear these guys laughing and having a good time, like you start to feel like you're a part of that community, and it's a different type of thing. It is so crazy that I've already changed my views on the internet, the toxicity. I was concerned about it, and
me too. I was too.
Boy, I'm telling you, like a girl with 17 brothers. If anyone who shows up in your chat and has any sort of negativity, like, I feel they are going to be escorted out by the elbow and given a stern talking to. I mean,
yeah,
it's
crazy.
It really is. So we have some good news.
More good news?
Well, this is news you're aware of that maybe some people who aren't aware of. Well,
okay, great.
Obviously, if they're not aware of it, they don't know it. That's how awareness works. So you, Miss Tloe, and me, and McChicken, and I gotta stop tapping the table, and Brendan won our first game of Warzone as a quad.
Shit.
And
yes.
And not only did you win, because the goal really was to get you the first win. I mean, this all started with your stream.
Yes.
You got final kill. You were the last one alive.
Yes.
You got final kill, and your excitement level. I believe most of the chat was telling me how they had to get either new earphones or new ears because You were.
It's so embarrassing. I hate
Nope, nope.
myself. Oh my God.
There's absolutely no reason. I'm telling you, it's for the same with the laughter and the goofing around. I've seen videos. I've seen videos of people just like totally. It's the kid who opens the toy at Christmas and it's exactly what he wanted. It was like
Oh, more than he wanted.
it.
Yes.
I
I
saw.
freaked out. I literally screamed so loud. Just, oh my God, I watched that back and I'm like, wow, like these poor people's ears. Like, my mic is so close to my mouth and I just paid no attention to it at all.
Yeah, I would say I've caught myself keeping the game mic a little farther from my mouth than I normally do because the excitement level can, and today I was streaming for a little while and I saw you pop in and say, "Hey, I can't hear you," and then you realized it was
Oh,
muted.
God, I literally, sometimes I'm just like, what?
Listen,
Oh.
it's the Hot Mess Express and it's a shit show, but
I don't know why I don't name my streams Hot Mess Express. Like tomorrow when I stream, Hot Mess Express.
okay, in honor of our third episode, which now everyone was saying like, well, when you guys recorded and when's the next one coming out? And I'm like, there's just too much pressure.
I know.
It takes me 2 days to edit. I have to add music. I don't know what to do. Again,
Yeah.
but the nervousness has got. Tell me this, and I want you to go into detail because I've been dominating the talking so far.
Oh, okay.
After we won the next game, now the next game we didn't win, and I think we played maybe one or two more after that. Like, how quickly did you then get comfortable? Like the win makes the game easier, does it not?
It kind of does a little bit. I feel like it's like almost like a weight lifted off, kind of. Like, but I wasn't really thinking about it. Like, I think it just kind of happened. Like, I was ready to go into the next game, and I was just like ready to play after that. And I mean, I don't know. I guess I just get comfortable. And then Brendan even said that. He was like, after the win, like, I don't think that you're nervous anymore. Because he would always say I'm nervous and blah, blah, blah. But, after I won, he was like, you're good. Like, you're not nervous anymore. Like, I see a difference. And, like, you're getting so much better and blah, 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 blah. And actually, I don't know if you know this. I don't know if I told you, but was it yesterday? It was yesterday, Tuesday, that Fizz and I were playing together, just duos, and him and I won.
Are you serious? He didn't say it. And no, I didn't know.
No,
And
we won.
that's amazing. And you weren't streaming, were you? Or were you?
No, I wasn't. No,
Okay.
because I was just, I mean, I had a couple minutes or I don't know, a couple hours, whatever. And he was just like showing me a couple things off a stream. So I was just kind of getting practice in, I guess. And we just ended up winning. I really don't know how it happened. So when we first won, like my idea of me winning my first game of Warzone, I was like, I'm just going to be like maybe dead. But, just like watching the game happen, like maybe I'll do something cool, but somebody else is going to actually win the game. And that's not at all what happened. So I was like completely shocked. And this time when I went with Fizz, like that's how it went. Like he carried the whole time. All I did was watch a ladder, and then I ended up almost dying. And then the same thing, I had self-revive. And just because I had self-revive, the bad guy, whatever, got caught in the smoke, and then he ended up dying. And so since I had self-revive, Fizz was gone, and we ended up winning. Like I literally did nothing except for revive myself. So
no, that's all. Like okay, so within a short period of time, we won as a quad. Yumi and Fizz came in second the other day, and that was
yeah.
see, you are now walking the walk. Like it's so funny. You're on the precipice of winning.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so a month ago it would have been like, oh, I'm so glad I made it to second, and you already forgot because it was sandwiched by 2 wins. So it's pretty crazy. Well,
I guess, yeah.
So let me ask you this: the last time we recorded, and it's been a little bit over a week, maybe 2 weeks now, and that episode was a lot of we were struggling with the computer aspect of it and the overlays and stuff like that.
Yes.
Have you
so
kind of
struggle bus?
Okay, all right. So You are still on the struggle bus.
Oh, no, no, no. We were on the
We
struggle bus.
were okay.
I'm solid now.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, your stream is clear. I and half the reason I got my like starting, stopping, swipe overlay going on is because I'm like I gotta step
Your
up my game.
your overlay is so fucking cool. Like,
I
I don't know, it literally happened like overnight or something, but it's
Yeah.
so cool. And you even have music. Like, I don't have music yet. Shout out Fizz. Let's get that taken care of.
Okay, not only do I have music, but I have found a way to put what I'm playing in the bottom
Mhm.
right corner so you could see what's going on. It's on
Oh
random.
my God.
I look, I should not be doing all this stuff at work, but I have been. And I have to cut back on it because I think today everyone was a little mad at me for playing with my computer as much as I
Really?
did. Maybe
Does
it's a
it affect
freewheel.
other people at your job?
No. So what
Oh.
a little bit more specific about what I do is so we are in the actual electricians union. So we work for the power company. We're union members, so we can bid on different jobs, and we're not obligated to be able to do our job. Like anybody who, like a secretary, can bid on to be an engineer, and an engineer can bid on being a janitor, and if no one else bids on it, you get that job. So I'm surrounded by people who have bid into this position. I was the first off the street hire non-union to the power plant in the history of the company. At least that's how I understood it. So and the
Hmm.
only reason that happened is because they had an opening and no one bid on it twice.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'm surrounded by people who have been there 20, 30 years. They've done a bunch of jobs.
Hmm.
They're just there to make their money, and we exist solely to make sure that nothing bad ever happens. If another power plant ever goes down, we're a backup generator. So there's a lot
Hmm.
of downtime. Maybe we run 20 days a year just to prove like that, everything's going to go well. So it's
Oh, okay.
yeah, we're just we there's a lot of sit around and twiddle your thumb time. So, we do what we can, and that's how it is. Oh, did I lose you?
No, I'm
Okay.
here.
Oh, no, no, no. Okay, good. All right. It's funny. Your audio went dead and I heard a little tweak. So I just wanted to make sure.
Oh,
Okay.
no, I'm
So
still standing.
but
Barely.
yeah. Oh,
Get
yeah,
some wine.
how's your drinking going? And I am drinking water. I don't think I've recovered from
What?
Saturday.
I thought you said you were pouring yourself a drink earlier. Did
A
you
drink?
lie?
No. Well, I had a drink and now I need water cuz I feel like
Ah, damn.
Friday night was epic.
Friday night. Friday night? Saturday
Saturday
night.
night. Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Saturday night was so epic. I thought it was Friday night. I still don't know what day of the week it is now. So that was to see everyone's face. Like, I now know what Bean looks like. I think that's the only person who
I
was like on
know.
there that
That
I
was
didn't.
crazy.
Yeah. So that was so fun. I
Mm-hmm.
told my wife the next time we do it, because this coming weekend it's her birthday and our 5-year wedding anniversary. So, you
Oh,
know,
congratulations. That's so fun.
thank you very much. So we are going to, leave the little boy with the mom or the mother-in-law, and just
Yeah.
kind of like recreate that first couple of dates we went on. Like sushi. I
Uh-huh.
know I know you have heard you talk about sushi, but I love sushi. It's my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, I go there for their happy hour because that shit's so good.
I can eat it every day. I mean, and yeah, I think when you were streaming, I just said Godzilla, but I don't know. You never heard of a Godzilla roll?
No, because see, the thing is, I'm so basic with my sushi. Like, I don't really, what's the word? Like, I don't know, broaden my
Expand.
horizons
Okay,
with
yeah.
sushi, I guess. I will stick to like a basic roll.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, I'm down to try things. It's just I see things on the menu and I'm like, well, what is that? And like, there's all these crazy words, and I'm like, well, what is that? Like, what is that? And
Yeah,
so I get scared, and then I'm like, oh, damn it, I'll just get the freaking California roll. So,
California roll's pretty good.
I mean, it
See,
is pretty fucking good.
we've
Sorry, I just cussed.
oh no, fuck it. I mean, it doesn't. There's. I don't know if we've ever said no cursing. I mean, I don't post
No,
that
we
it's.
haven't. We haven't.
Okay.
I
All
just
right.
think I was the only one to drop the F bomb, but it's fine. Broke the ice. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So now it's gonna be free flowing. We'll give ourselves an allotted 4 per episode.
Okay.
See, I don't even know. I'm so happy about the week I had and that the computer's working and everything's going great that I don't really even have a reason to curse. I mean, yeah, I do love fucking sushi, but
Ugh.
you know. So, I think the last time we talked, I told you, and it wasn't on the podcast, but I have a few stories to tell you. But I wanted to
Okay.
ask you, have being from Seattle, did you ever
Mhm.
get to visit any of like the big spots like in California? Like have you been to LA, San Francisco, things like that, or did you not travel much before you moved?
I've been to California a couple times. I've never been to San Francisco. I've been to LA. Um, oh God, I don't know. I used to go to California a lot when I was younger because
Mhm.
my mom's side of the family is from California.
Okay.
But after her and my dad separated and everybody kind of parted their ways, it has been a while since I've been to California. I think the last time I went was like 2 years ago. I just went to LA to like meet up with some friends because one of my friends from Seattle, I went to high school with, she moved to Dubai right after we graduated and then moved to California. And so I went and I visited her there, which was, like I said, like 2 years ago. But that was the last time I went and it was very brief. So I haven't done like a bunch of stuff in California. I mean, am I getting off track? You asked if I could
No,
travel.
no, no. I feel like I'm dominating the conversation, and I wanted to
Okay.
make sure that if you had any, well, okay. So the two stories I wanted to tell you, just for because they're
Mm-hmm.
humorous and well, one's humorous and one's just a story.
Okay.
When me and my wife, I guess because my anniversary and her birthday's coming up. Listen,
Mm-hmm.
this one's gonna be about me a little bit more, and then the next episode,
Okay.
feel free to when something comes up, you
Wait, I
can.
have a question. I have a
Yes,
question.
go.
Is your anniversary on her birthday?
No, we got married in Cape May, New Jersey, 5 years ago on September 12th, and her birthday is
Mm-hmm.
on the 16th. It
Oh,
was
okay.
right, so it was timed as close to her birthday as it could be, but the year we just picked the Saturday. Her family has gone to Cape May dozens and dozens of times, and it's a nice little beach.
Mm-hmm.
It's and I've sort of been introduced to it. I like it. I mean, it's kind of a quiet beach town, so that's more
Mm-hmm.
my style than the party town.
Yeah.
So so when we decided to get married there, we just chose the the closest weekend to her birthday. So it makes it a little easier to remember, although I'm not that bad with remembering that kind of stuff. And five's a
Well,
pretty
you guys
big
can
deal.
celebrate both of them
That's what we're
together.
gonna do. I mean, she's so crazy when it comes to like spending money. So she always tells me like, well, let's not don't get me anything or don't do this and don't do that. And
Mm-hmm.
we're a good combination because look, I woke up one day and said I'm gonna be a streamer, and then I spent oh I don't even want to say I don't want to I
You don't have to say. It's
it
expensive.
yeah,
It's expensive. It's so expensive. It's
this is
like crawling through a rock expensive.
I I don't know how a month ago I didn't just say like oh yeah, a month from now I'm gonna be sitting facing the wall in my bedroom talking to a girl from Texas about the games that we
Yeah.
play, and once again we have not.
Mm.
You know what? I think I'm gonna make an audible right off the bat. This podcast is less about Warzone.
Oh, it's fine. We talked about Warzone. We're good. We
Yes,
touched on
we
it.
wanted it. So anyway,
We
but
won. We're good.
uh, next game. What else could we be dominant at? Oh, here comes the
Yeah, I
radio
don't
voice
know.
version of me.
Oh God.
So one of the first times it was the first time I ever got on an airplane. Me and my wife were, I think, still dating at the time, so it might have been 2019. No, no, 2013.
What?
It was
Wait,
2013.
what? That
Was
was the
that?
first time you'd ever been on an airplane? Was like
Yeah.
4 years,
Oh,
3 years ago?
well, I've only left the state like 6 times in my entire life. Like when I say I was a shut-in, I am not joking. So
Wow.
so we're gonna touch on some oddities here. So when I was younger, I dated a few different people and didn't really well, it wasn't my thing because I have a habit of being myself wherever I go. And to some people, to the types of girls, at least when I was younger, that I attracted, they were like, hey, I really like you. If you just change the way you look, change the way you act, and tone
Oh,
everything
yeah.
down a little bit. And I didn't think that anybody would care about me for me. So I just, one day I decided I'm going to get a dog and get a job where I don't have to talk to anybody, and I'm just going to not date for like 10 years. I decided to take a 10-year dating sabbatical
10 years? Wow. Okay. Okay.
because I wasn't it I know this sounds
No, it's
weird, but
fine. I get it.
it
Okay.
just didn't it I tried it so many times. It was like no matter how many different restaurants I go to and I try the souffle, I don't like souffle. So it just obviously
Uh-huh.
I need to pick something else off the menu, and I didn't. I just
Yeah.
thought, well, I'll just starve to death. That's a terrible analogy.
I mean, souffle.
so
Oh my
so
God. Okay.
so my family owns a coffee shop, and my
No
wife.
shit.
Yes, so I before I became a forklift driver at a power plant, I was a donut maker for my parents. And previous
Okay.
to that, I sold auto parts, and previous to that, I rented out videos at a video store. So these are some of the careers I've had over the lifespan of my existence.
Okay.
So my wife comes into, or I'm sorry, I come into the donut shop to visit my family like I often do, and get a cup of coffee. And I see this girl, and she's like, hi. I'm like, hi. She's like, I'm Lauren. I said, I'm Randy. She goes, yeah, I heard about you. We should hang out. I heard you're funny. And I'm like, okay, sounds good. We should hang out sometime. I left that day and didn't go back for a year. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
You're
so
crazy.
yep, because she made me uncomfortable, and I didn't want to deal with that. So a year later,
Oh my God.
I spent a year walking my
I'm sorry, I'm
dog.
laughing.
No, no, I am, as we talked about, I am a knucklehead, and everything I've ever done in
Mm,
my life it's going into a book someday. But I guess the podcast will.
yeah.
I want my kid to know how how crazy I was. I couldn't think of the word. I was in my younger years, so this will be something for posterity that I can play to him and not be like.
Yeah, for sure.
So a year later, I walk in and she goes, "Hey." I go, "Hey." She goes, "Where have you been?" And it floored me. She waited a year to see me. Not
Mm-hmm.
really waited, but she recognized me, and the first thing that she did was call me out on my bullshit that you said we were going to hang out and we didn't. And it became this 6 month battle of I don't want a girlfriend, and she's like, I don't like to be told no. So it was the irresistible force meeting
Good
the
for
immovable object.
her.
Listen,
She
I hope
wanted something she knew she couldn't have and she went for it anyways. I love that shit.
it was silly. It was silly. So so
I'm like, hell yeah, get it.
this girl is so goofy that one of the first things we did when we hung out was I drove by where I was renting an apartment at the time, and I drove by a house that I heard was for sale near my parents' house, and back in the town where I grew up because I don't like going far. And I'm gonna call that number and I'm gonna buy that house. And she's like, that's great, you should buy this house. So I bought the house, and she came over and she goes, oh, this bathroom faucet is terrible. You should change it. And I'm like, okay. And little did I know that I would spend the rest of my life having her go, that you make better. And I go, yes, dear. I will try my hardest to learn how to build things and make things. And so yeah,
Hmm.
it was a match made in heaven. So
Wow,
so
that's so cute.
the moral of the story is I said I don't like vacations, and I don't want to go anywhere, and then next thing I know, I'm on a plane flying to LA. When I say the first vacation I ever took, I flew from Pennsylvania to LA, and then we
Wow,
we got a convertible and we drove the coast and flew back from San Francisco, and we did the Alcatraz tour, and
fun.
it was the greatest week of my life.
Oh
It was
wait, you mentioned the Alcatraz. Did we talk about that on the podcast? Because I was like freaking out when you mentioned that because that's
I
something that I so badly want to do.
I don't believe we talked about it, and it is a must for anybody who's listening, anyone who's interested in doing something like I'm a tech guy, and my wife's more of a hands-on person. So, like, she would like to visit Stonehenge, and I'm like, well, I saw a picture of it, I'm good. So what Alcatraz does is it's similar to a podcast or an audio book. You get there, and
Hmm.
you kind of, there's a path where there's like little things on the ground that say like step here. So, but you get, at least at the time, it's probably digital now, but so you got a cassette
Yeah.
tape, and you put headphones on and you press play, and you hear all these weird sounds and cell blocks closing, and you get
Oh, hell
immersed.
yeah.
It was it was almost the last time, like, I've never been madder in my life than, so we're in Alcatraz, and wait, I got a story. You'll get to know me. I have a story for every scenario. So
Okay.
we're walking with the headphones, we're going down this path, and we're going out to the yard where the guys do all their exercising.
Uh-huh.
And there's people behind me, there's people in front of me, and you turn around, and there's this little rock, it's sticking up, and I trip over it. And my wife laughs harder than I've ever heard her laugh, in my face, and points at me. And yeah, I was furious. Because it wasn't an intentional trip. Like, I wasn't looking for. I was
Oh,
not.
I'm sure.
Oh my god, it was so. I know we talked about it. I like to be the brunt of the joke, but not. That was one of the most embarrassed I've ever been in my life. So
Oh.
it was, yeah. So I think the whole point of this entire thing is I will not be around to be doing much gaming this weekend. We're gonna, I promised her a couple days
Oh,
away from the
yeah.
computer and a couple days away from
Okay.
everything. So,
Hmm.
but do you think we, again, 2 weeks ago we weren't 100% sure our systems were going to work, and now that
Hmm.
you're more comfortable, what's your game plan going into? Are you going to stick with Warzone? Apparently there's a new Call of Duty coming out in two
Yeah, there
two
is.
months. Yeah, so
Hmm.
you know is that something?
November, right?
Yeah, November
Hmm.
13th. I posted in my Discord. There's going to be a link somewhere, probably in on the website, or on our Facebook page. I am going to be doing a giveaway. Once I have 100 people in my Discord, all everybody has to do is go to the Discord and put an emoji in the giveaway column. Once I have 100 people there, I will
Hmm.
randomly. I'll pick one of. It'll be a random drawing, and that person's going to get a digital copy of the new game, and then they'll be able to play with at least me on one of my streams, and so that's something I'm going to be looking forward to. I'll be doing as much as possible. You know,
That's
um,
cool.
the fact that anybody's interested in watching me and watching you play is awesome to me, and
Uh-huh.
I don't want it to be a one-way street. I want people to, you know, contact me and interact, and
Hmm.
I mean, how cool is, like, have you interacted with Sales at all since we met him, or have you
I
been?
haven't with him very much, and I should because he's so freaking sweet, and I love his accent more than anything in this world. Um, but he's so cool, and he hosts me every time that he gets on, and
Yeah,
I just think
he
it's so sweet that he does that. I should connect with him more, but no, I haven't.
the hardest thing for you, I mean, I think he's 5 hours ahead from me, if I'm not mistaken, so he's 6 hours ahead for you. So
Yes.
I came home
Yeah,
yesterday
he
from.
doesn't stick along, he doesn't stick around for very long because of the time difference.
Yeah, I think that's gonna hurt our connection other than weekends. But
Hmm.
I did stop in, and he was kind enough to, he was streaming some like a music he's working on, and man,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the guy is so talented and so humble, and just, I mean, if it wasn't for dinner and taking care of my son, I probably would have just sat in his stream for another hour listening to him, to, like, because I'm hearing him create music, and he's explaining it for no other reason than because someone's watching what he's doing, and it's going from nothing to art. It really is. It's you know, and it's got to be hard to put yourself out there, kind of like we do, and just have people like critique what you're doing. Oh, I think we lost Tloe on this connection, so I'm going to go ahead and take a break. We're going to try to reconnect, and we'll be back in a little bit. Stay with us. All right, everybody, we are back. That was a mistake on nobody's part. Technical difficulties.
On my part. It was my part. It was my part.
Well, okay. So, any problems? Anybody has any complaints? Please email Tloe at ididn'tdoit.net. Nope, you're good. You're good. So the issue we have with recording one of us here and one of us there, obviously 2 different states, is that whenever there's a technical issue, I can't even walk you through stuff because I know the age of the technology the age we live in with the technology is we could FaceTime, we could Skype, but even though we have pretty decent mics and pretty decent hardware, we're trying to match each other, and if any kind of audio glitches come up, we're gonna have breaks like that. So it's a learning process. I'm gonna learn to edit this together, and I may put some funny little noises in a little. We'll have to. I'll fix it in post, is the old saying. I'll blend it together seamlessly. We'll see how that comes out. So
I think you'll put it together perfectly fine.
I appreciate that. Your compliments are starting to bother me. I'm gonna get an ego and start slicking back my hair. I don't have hair. I gotta. I need to shave my head at some point today or tomorrow because it's bothering me. I don't even like stubble.
Wait, how short do you go? Because remember that guy was in your chat and he was saying how bald you were or something.
Yes, and
you're like, I'm not bald.
Listen, I have the most hair. My hairline is barely receding. I mean, maybe I just had a big forehead even as a kid, so I have thick black hair, but it's sort of Larry from the Three Stooges, like it just gets curly and goes out of hand. So I have been shaving my head like Vin Diesel style probably for 20 years off and on. So, and I like it because, it's, once I started shaving it and I kind of had that like pasty headed look, once you get a little bit of a tan, then you don't want to let it grow out because then you just get a weird head tan line. So, I've pretty much stayed clean shaven, head in. I'll throw some pictures up in Discord to show you the many phases of, for a guy, I've changed my look quite a bit.
For the many phases of Randy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here, let's play a game. True or false? I used to have orange dreadlocks. True or false?
No way. False.
Okay, well, yeah, first you have to say true. No, absolutely true.
No, you did not.
Yes, I apologize for this next sentence that's going to come out of my mouth, but I was, am, and always will be a juggalo, which is an Insane Clown Posse fan, and at one point I had gone to 40 plus concerts and wore makeup, face makeup like Kiss, and had dreadlocks.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, I was a complete weirdo. So whoop whoop. Down with the clown till I'm dead on the ground, juggalos. So
wow.
Yeah.
Was that a chant you just did?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Luckily, everyone I ever went to the concerts with, they had a lot of them had Insane Clown Posse tattoos, and all I ever did was get a car sticker, like a big old car. So when we decided to not be into the band anymore, I just got a razor blade, and they had to go. Oh, look it, we're bringing it back around. Do you guys do like tattoo removal? Is that part of your thing or no? No.
No, I don't. I wish I did. Maybe one day.
So it is again. We're going to transition to you because I think I dominated the first half of this episode. Where you work, is it like an office where there's a bunch of different types of work being done? Like, can you go into some detail? Is it like a day in the life of Tloe, not including the breakfast nook part?
I don't know what it's called. Like, it's like a parking lot with like a bunch of businesses. Like,
A strip mall.
Okay, it's kind of
like
like a strip mall, but like businesses.
Okay. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like, there might be an orthopedic surgeon, or like they might do
Well, yeah, like the
physical
guy
therapy.
next to us is like a lone person, and then
Okay.
somewhere
Not what I was
in
going
there,
for,
there's
but
like insurance and
okay.
I mean whoever else, but it's in something like that.
Okay.
And I'm just smack dab in the middle. It's a
Okay.
very nice area, I must say. But I work under a nurse who works under a doctor.
Okay.
Just like today, actually at work, I was cleaning up a bunch of blood and needles. So
Oh.
it's
Oh.
it's very medical, which I love.
So is this okay? So is this like a like plastic surgery? Is it? But is this people changing their looks? Right. You mentioned
Yes.
Botox at one point. So
yes, no
it's
plastic surgery though.
okay. So nothing. No actual anesthesiologist. No actual surgery. But you're doing like injections. Here's a term I know. Do you guys do deep chemical peels? I'm a man.
Where did you hear that? Your wife? Did she tell you?
I think it was on a TV show.
Oh,
She
okay.
she knows less about. I know more about girls than she does.
Oh, okay. Nothing
She's
wrong with that.
meaning like like I could probably name 20 brands of cosmetics. Oh, please don't make me name 20 brands of cosmetics. But
What? I'm so shocked right now.
well, okay, so I have this annoying habit of learning something once and then remembering it. It's
I think
not.
that's like good.
Yeah,
Right? Like
it
what?
isn't.
People say that's good. I wish I had that problem.
Well, people like you appreciate people like me, but people like normal people who are just like, who gives a shit? I could see 10 years ago, 20 years ago, before Google, my phone would ring and it would be a cousin or a neighbor and being like, hey, Randy, who's that guy that did that thing that time? And I'm like, I'm going to need more specifics. And they're like, he jumped a car. There was I was like, oh, yeah, you're talking about this episode of this show. And they're like, holy shit, thanks.
Oh, wow.
And then Google came along and everyone's like, nobody cares that you know this. Everyone knows it. Watch this. Hey, who's that guy? Boom. The actual name of that show is. So, yeah, I'm obsolete.
Yeah, now they can just ask Alexa.
That's right. Yeah, I've been replaced by that
Alexa.
digital. And she's more accurate.
Maybe, yeah.
Sometimes I forget what I'm talking about or sound like I'm bullshitting. I usually don't. I've toned down the "this is how big this fish is" stories because I'm excitable. I don't think I've ever seen a movie I didn't like. Like, how was it? I go 10 out of 10. It was perfect. They're like, really? I go, oh, I don't know. I want to trust my own judgment either. So don't ask me. So I just I love everything. I don't know what to say.
That's not bad. Very positive. It's a positive attitude that you have.
I do my best. Now, the blood and the needles.
Okay, yeah.
What cause in your line of work? What causes blood and needles to be produced and discarded?
Well, I don't do any of the injections because that's beyond my scope.
Okay.
But I mean, there's filler, there's Botox.
Okay.
Today specifically, it's this thing called PDO threads, and if you look it up, these needles are massive, like
Okay.
massive, probably almost like on a normal person's hand, from the top of your middle finger to like the bottom of your wrist,
What?
like almost that long, like not quite, but like almost.
So is this an injection or the opposite of an injection, which I believe is called a dejection? Is that correct?
I don't know, it's called a reversal. But,
Of course,
close.
there's a term for it. The second choice was suck it outie.
No,
Okay, so it's a
but
reversal.
I'll say that for you.
Okay.
No, the threads is kind of like when you don't need a facelift, but you need to still like be a little bit more snatched. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like make your it could be your jawline more defined, or like
Okay.
your cheekbones.
And what are they drawing out?
Well, you put threads inside and you pull them back to tighten your face, pretty much.
Oh,
and
no
then
way.
They
You sew
dissolve.
someone's face from the inside. Like you put two little attachments and then like you... That's nutty.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so here's my question. Boy, do we have two different... Like I used to make donuts and you correct people's like looks. So I'm assuming there's a no. I look, to me this kind of stuff is interesting. I'm not trying to be facetious. I understand the logic behind vanity. Like, as I'm getting older, I feel like I would never have anything done because I am who I am and I'm comfortable with that. But I get that when the reason I think a lot of people get depressed, and we'll go down this road. I mean, I have anxiety. I get panic attacks. I think that your mental health, I don't believe that how you look matters except to you. So the people who go in there and say, like, I want to feel better about myself, like, then I am on board for all of the the stuff that people get done and the surgeries and stuff. I guess I kind of hate the over glamorized magazine and television. Like,
yeah, for sure. No, there's plenty of people, especially lately, actually, who have come in and they have body dysmorphia. So they're constantly wanting more, and they're constantly wanting, like, basically what's impossible. Like, she'll do Botox, and then they'll come in and complain that this one little line isn't frozen. Like, I can still move my forehead. Like, this is still like a pouch under my chin. Like, this needs to go away. Some people are really crazy about it, but so I mean, I don't know. You just see really weird things.
So similar to a bartender, does the nurse or the doctor above the nurse have the ability to say, no, we're cutting you off? Like,
yes.
Okay, and that person does that, for the benefit of the patient. Okay.
Yeah, so in that situation, there's been a few, and like they'll go crazy, like they will literally go crazy, and then they'll start being rude, and then my boss, the nurse, will just fire them as a patient, like, because they have this issue with themselves. Nothing is gonna fix them. Like, you don't know where they're going to go when you're not doing it for them. And then they come back and they say they've been botched. And then if you go and try and fix that problem, then they can spin it out on you and be like, no, you caused this on my face. Like, it could just be a big mess. So to avoid all that, if it gets to that point where they're just still bothering us about what they want, we just won't do it.
Okay. And like, the funny thing is that the people who are being turned away leave the place probably, I like to consider
Upset.
myself. Well, they also leave the place thinking that they're hurt. They're hurt that, that they can't just continue to get the help. Like, they want you to just continue to help them, and they cannot see the fact that any business owner who's turning look at the bartender who's saying, no, I'm not going to sell you any more drinks. I mean, they don't have a moral obligation, but I think individually they choose to be the kind of people who say, like, I would like you to, get help. I mean, going full circle. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Like, I have an addictive personality, and anything can become an addiction. Like, it is, I don't know if we talked about it on air or off air, but when people say that things used to be better and now they're not, my generation and older, I think I'm right on the precipice of the people who appreciate that there wasn't all this technology 20 years ago and now it's here, and that you can use it as a tool or you can use it as a weapon. Trolls online, abuse of people, and look at the just predators online trying to pretend to be people and catfishing. So I think I lost my train of thought. Dang it. It happens all the time.
Online, the internet, technology nowadays.
Well, right. So but addictive personality. So these people do. I think the people who say that it was better back then either are consumed or see people who are consumed by the fact that, like, well, look at these kids. They're in the car. They're supposed to be on vacation, and they haven't picked their face up from their cell phones, and they haven't. Now, again, that is not the technology's fault. That is the fault of either the parents raising the people or the fact that they don't understand that, everything in moderation. So this is the third time I lost my train of thought, and you always find no. You are great at bringing me back around to stuff, and also Yeah. No. It's a perfect balance.
Perfect.
I really do go off on tangents, and as I'm staring at the computer and watching the green thing jump up and down, I'm more of a visual communicator. So
Okay. No, I've been staring at this green thing too the whole entire time.
but
The whole entire time.
I will tell you something. If I am a natural talker, you are a natural listener. You never interrupt, and you let me go on like for 3 minutes. You can bring it back around. The hardest thing I'm learning from doing the podcast is I'm not looking at you. I'm not having a conversation one-on-one.
Yeah.
And so you have to focus on what you're doing, and you can't really vary from the conversation. So, but we have. I'm coming up on my anniversary. I can't remember if we talked about it in the first section. And are you guys doing something?
Bit.
Okay. Are you guys doing something tonight with the basketball games?
Yes, we're going to try in my Discord. So something similar to what we did on that Saturday, but not with games.
Okay.
Bean's going to try and just play the game. Oh my God, play the game. Yeah. No, yeah.
Yeah. Well, play the game and play the game. He's going to air it.
Oh, God. Yeah.
So, okay.
And I'm trying to say.
And I'm so excited that like there are people who don't benefit from they're following us and they're watching us, but they're helping us. They're building up. So he is volunteering to whether he's going to stream it or put it through Discord. And then think about that though, like the old commercial of 7 people. Obviously there's always the white family, and then there's the neighbors who are usually black or Asian, and then they're all cheering on and drinking a Miller Lite, and they're just like, look at this, we're all getting along. Like it was just the old way to show that like friends are all diverse and coming together. And I think that the only thing better than that commercial, which is great, it's a great sentiment that people of all colors can get together. I don't even know half of anybody's color in this, and you get to know the person.
No, you can't see them. I find that so strange when I think about it. I'm like, everybody's staring at me. Like, they all know what I look like, but I don't know what they look like. Like, I just found out what Bean looked like when we were doing our Discord, and I was like, oh, hell yeah. Like, face to the name, face to the... I mean, we didn't even really talk over voice, but still, like... It's so strange. Well,
I think you are the Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz, and that your stream followers and everything are sort of the Munchkins. Like as it's okay, everyone, you could come out, and then they'll because there was like 3 of us who were like, yeah, I'll just show my face, who cares? But like Fizz still hasn't showed his face, and
oh my God, yes.
And
yeah, I need to get on him about that.
Yeah, I know.
Talk to him all the time, hear his voice all the time, and still no face. Like, what the hell is that about? Fizz, I'm talking to you.
We talk specifically to 1 or 2 people every like, especially him. I don't know if it makes him happy to be talked about, but oh my God. So just we'll end on this, some Warzone talk. Did you mention that you and him won on air?
Did.
Okay, so you and him won in duos. So you are now 2 wins in.
Wait, but you and I got really close yesterday.
We came in, I believe, 2nd, 4th, and 6th at one point. So I had a day of work, and I was doing something else, and I think I popped in on sales real quick. I don't even think I got to chat with him. I like to put especially his. I can see the draw to Twitch, where it's not just watching someone game, but it's watching them either read a book or tell a story or play music, because then you can put your headphones in. And he's creating music right in front of me. This is the second time I'm telling the same story, but on the same podcast. But, dude, he's the greatest. So
I actually checked it out. Was it yesterday or the day before? I honestly don't know. But I went and I looked at his old videos or VODs, whatever the hell.
Yeah, you mentioned it on stream last night. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, wait, this is so cool. Like he's showing his screen on him putting music together, and then he plays it all together at the end, and it sounds awesome. I was like, what a little brain he has, because I could never do something like that.
I know. And again, usually, I mean, he was like, I was 2 minutes into his stream, and he's like, what does everybody think? And I'm like, it's great. And he's like, any suggestions? And I'm like, yeah, why don't you change your tempo? And he's like, I think I'm good with that.
Oh.
He was very polite and you know he appreciated my input and for anybody who hasn't heard him or just doesn't have the ability, I was nervous to give him a compliment that I think is a compliment by telling him, like everybody, the best way to describe something is to say it sounds like this plus this. So when my wife listened to it and I listened to it, I very much hear the band The Gorillaz. I don't know if you're familiar with them. From like the late 90s and early 2000s. They kind of an emo thing. They had videos with like cartoons, but there's this sort of like beat, and then they usually incorporate a rap track and some lyrics. So I said, hey, your music reminds me a lot of the Gorillaz, and luckily he took it as a compliment because it's as clean as anything I've ever heard done live. So this episode is going to be called Sailing Away with
Sailing Away.
Because we love them that much. So
Funny.
So last night I'm listening, and then I popped in on your stream, and boy, everyone was ragey, right? Just a little bit.
Was a little on edge. I was hangry.
Yeah,
I don't know
right.
what everybody else's problem was.
If I'm not mistaken, their problem was that all these little kids suck and they're cheating and the game sucks and I'm deleting this. That's what I picked up. So
yeah. I can't play this game.
Oh my god, this game is so
virgins.
Look, I get frustrated. I'm a happy-go-lucky guy. I get frustrated. I can't imagine what it's like to know. See, I think that we laugh because we don't even, like, when we get shot, we think, well, that's just because somebody shot us and they're better than us. But I think that these guys are so talented that they realize there's a glitch, or that the gun didn't, like, or that the bullets actually didn't hit them. Like, there's a nuance to the game, layers of it, that I just think of it as, hey, look at me, I'm a cartoon running around. So I do understand how they are, but I told my wife, she goes, well, you moving this to the living room? I said, yeah, but I got to get on because I think Tloe needs a little bit of a, running around.
I really did. I really did.
I saw it on your face.
I'm so glad you came in because I really, like, my mood changed. Like, when you came into the game and we started playing, I was like, okay, I feel like I can relax a little bit now.
Yeah. And again, I think that it's unfair to say that it's necessary to play, as they call it, sweaty all the time, because and even when three people die and one person's running around and it's like there's no way to win this game. Our best games, every single game we ever won or came close to winning, 1, 2, 3 of us were dead, and it looked like it was impossible to come back from. So I think that what I'm learning is, I'm learning to shoot, and I'm learning to aim, and I'm learning to name things. All joking aside, I think I'm a much better player. But I'm also learning that there's no reason to give up under any circumstance, because anything can happen. And that's just what sports, I think, are similar to, which is, we had our first NFL football game last night while it was happening. And, it just, the world is kind of crazy. I really didn't think sports were going to come back as strong as they did. But apparently it got a lot of good ratings. So, great. I guess
I'm
this
excited for football season. Hell yeah. Football.
I don't. Who's your team again? Patriots?
Oh no, Seattle Seahawks.
Sorry. Oh, Seattle Seahawks. That's right. Okay.
Patriots.
I couldn't look. I remember almost everything about you, and you mentioned it once. I'm sorry, I didn't know. Well, it's funny because we're both. Oh
yeah, I hear things once and then I remember every time.
Wah. You know what? I was wrong. Not okay. So anyway,
it's okay.
We're gonna move on from that. One of my cousins is a Seattle Seahawks fan, so I'm a big follower. But it's funny, we're both regional because I'm an Eagles fan, and I'm only like 2 hours from Philadelphia, and you were probably regional as well. So but I think my son's gonna be a Chiefs fan, so I was very excited last year. Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes is the man.
Yeah.
So, you're gonna do the Discord tonight for the basketball game.
Yes, the basketball game. The Raptors and the Celtics, Game 7.
So does that mean does Fizz and Bean have a bet going on? Is there something?
They do. I don't know what the bet is, but they have been betting on the last 2 games, I think, and they have one for tonight.
Okay. Well, I will be spending time with a friend who comes over, and so I'll pop on and just say hello, but I probably won't spend too much time in there. And then I'm hoping to have this episode out by the end of the weekend, and I'm looking for a little bit more stability. I'm not saying you, I'm just saying like our goal, since people are actually listening to this, is to do one a week. I don't think it's crazy.
No, it's not.
Right, it's not crazy at all, and then we'll build on our Discord, we'll build on our Twitch. I can't believe some of the people I've already been able to meet, and Fizz helped me do my Discord. So, do you have any plans coming up other than the thing tonight, or because you don't work on weekends, do you?
I work every other Saturday.
Okay.
If it's booked.
Okay.
Just because Corona right now, it's made everything really slow, so our schedule has changed.
Okay.
But I'm okay with that. Like, I'm totally fine with every other Saturday,
Yeah. It's the balance in life. I mean, people complain about a 40-hour work week. I don't know how many you work, but I've worked less, and I've worked... Oh, well... This is the first job I've ever had where it's 40 on the button, no overtime. Like, exactly when you're going to go home, and it's
nice.
Oh, it's food for the soul. I equate it to Fred Flintstone with the beginning of the Flintstones where the bird squawks and then he just knows it's quitting time and slides down the brontosaurus. So I can honestly wait no I'm out there. I can honestly say that every time I have left this job at the exact minute it's time to leave, and I've been there a year and 4 months, the little cartoon of the bird squawking and Fred Flintstone sliding down the brontosaurus runs through my head, because I am Fred Flintstone.
You are Fred Flintstone. Oh my god. I can see that.
Thanks.
That makes sense.
Thank you very much. So I'm going to do my little spiel at the end, and then we're going to say goodbye, because, boy, this is going to be a long episode if I don't cut anything out, and I don't feel like I'm going to.
Okay.
To everybody who's listening, we really, truly appreciate it. It's absolutely been a crazy that as many people are listening as they are. If you want more content, if you'd like to hear Tloe more than me, I mean, she streams louder. She yells louder on stream, and I yell louder during the podcast, so you kind of get a 50-50 mix. But everything we have and everything we're connected to is Rufus and Tloe. RufusandTloe.com actually has a new website up today. I just have to tweak it. So if you see a little article under me that just says, this is a paragraph, this is a paragraph, this is a paragraph, it's because I didn't put any text in yet. So go check that out. Check that out. And I'm going to say goodbye to my friend. Do you have anything to say to the nice people at home, Tloe?
Did you just put me on the spot?
Yep.
Thanks for listening. I hate myself.
This is the second time we lost our shit at the end.
Oh,
listen, everybody, as always.
Get out of here.
Listen. Signing off.
Signing off. I'm out.
Okay, Tloe's out, and I am out as well. Everybody, be good. Be safe. Have fun. I forgot the order it went in. All right. Goodbye.